Greetings, I'm Tabitha John, here with you to tap into who Kenya's new president, William Ruto, is. This is ETV World. Stay with us. William Ruto has been declared the winner of Kenya's presidential election. Congratulations are pouring in for the president. Ethiopia was one of the first friendly nations to congratulate William Ruto on his election as the President of the Republic of Kenya, wishing him best of luck in his endeavors ahead and looking forward to working closely with him on common bilateral and regional interests. The President of the Republic of Kenya has been Kenya's Deputy President since 2013. He also previously served as Minister of Home Affairs, Minister of Agriculture, and Minister of Higher Education. Kenya's elections chief declared him the winner of a tight presidential race on Monday. He narrowly beat his rival, Raila Odinga, taking 50.5% of the vote, according to the official results. But who is William Ruto? Let's take a look back at his childhood and upbringing. Mr. Ruto was born in Sambut village, a lush backwater about 12 miles northwest of Eldoret town in Uasin Gishu County. He raised sheep and cows, hunted rabbits with friends, and attended school barefoot. Growing up, Mr. Ruto pleaded with his parents to give him a small patch of their land to plant maize, his friend said. He sold chickens to make money long after his friends stopped doing so after finishing high school. In the late 1980s, Mr. Ruto left to study botany and zoology at the University of Nairobi. In 1990, he graduated in botany and zoology from the University of Nairobi, where he would later earn his PhD. He then launched his political career through the Youth for KANU 92 lobby during Kenya's first multi-party elections in 1992. In 1997, he challenged Reuben Chesire for the parliamentary seat of the Eldoret North constituency. But Mr. Ruto won and shot to prominence as a youth organizer for the former strongman, President Daniel Arap Moi, becoming one of Kenya's youngest lawmakers and ministers. Fast forward, President-elect Ruto is now a totally different person from the boy who got his first pair of shoes at the age of 15. Today, Ruto is one of the wealthiest Kenyans, boasting a 2,500-acre ranch, a massive poultry farm, and investments in the hotel industry. Ruto insiders describe him as a gifted orator with a fierce work ethic. Now 55, Ruto made Kenya's class divisions the centerpiece of his campaign to become Kenya's 5th president, promising to reward low-income hustlers and pouring scorn on Kenya's political dynasties. During this campaign, he chose a wheelbarrow to represent Kenya's casual workers. Ruto has pledged to implement a new bottom-up economic model. His party's manifesto also calls for drastic economic changes to help the less fortunate. In addition, Ruto has promised to create a cabinet that is equally split between men and women. Supporters of the President of the Republic of Kenya are celebrating in the streets after Kenya's Electoral Commission chairman declared him the winner of the close presidential election over longtime opposition figure Raila Odinga. Election observers have commended the people of Kenya and the Electoral Commission for conducting free, fair, and credible elections. The Intergovernmental Authority on Development Election Observation Mission, IGAD-EOM, with participation from 6 member states, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Somalia, South Sudan, Sudan, and Uganda, also commended Kenya for successful elections. The general elections were monitored by 18,000 observers, including 1,300 international observers. The win is a triumph for William Ruto, who broke with tradition by appealing to struggling Kenyans on economic terms as opposed to ethnic lines. President William Ruto, in his acceptance speech, said the hero of the election was the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, or IEBC, praising the Election Commission for their conduct during the election. Quote unquote, "I say this with conviction that IEBC amazed all of us with results in public portal," he added. Ethiopia and Kenya have enjoyed long-lasting fraternal relationship and bilateral ties. The two sisterly nations are believed to uplift this to a higher level under the new president. William Ruto has been sworn in as Kenya's president. He narrowly won the August 9th election in East Africa's most stable democracy over longtime opposition figure Raila Odinga. Ruto is taking power in a country heavily burdened by debt that will challenge his efforts to fulfill a sweeping campaign promises made to Kenya's poor. Ruto has been the deputy to outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta, but had a bitter split with Kenyatta that left the two not speaking for months at a time. Kenyatta on Monday publicly congratulated Ruto for the first time on his win. With the transition, Kenya's presidency moves from one leader indicted by the International Criminal Court to another. Both Kenyatta and Ruto were indicted over their roles in deadly 2007 post-election violence. But the cases were later closed amid allegations of witness intimidation. The August election was peaceful in a country with a history of political violence. Chaos erupted only in the final minutes when the Electoral Commission publicly split and prominent Odinga supporters tried to physically stop the declaration of Ruto as the winner. Ruto's campaign had portrayed him as a hustler with a humble background of going barefoot and selling chickens by the roadside, a counterpoint to the political dynasties represented by Kenyatta and Odinga. But Ruto received a powerful political mentoring as a young man from former President Daniel Arap Moi, who oversaw a one-party state for years before Kenyans successfully pushed for a multi-party elections. Ruto now speaks of democracy and has vowed there will be no retaliation against dissenting voices. Though Odinga also asserted that the outcome of the election remains indeterminate, court's decision has to be maintained. A spokesman told the Associated Press, yet it was highly unlikely he would seek to declare himself the people's president, as he did after losing the 2017 elections. And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up this segment of ETV World. Make sure to follow and subscribe our social media for more captivating content circling on national, continental, and international issues. Goodbye for now.